everybody. I am happy to be back with you all. Thank you so much for being patient. I was like, before the end of this year, hopefully I'm able to post it by the end of this year, but if I don't, Happy New Year to you. And you will see it very soon, right after New Year enters. So I mean, it's only a few hours away where I am, and I'm hoping. I've been very busy, and God has had me on a hiatus for this channel, but He's had me do other platforms and stuff like that. And the reason for that is because He wants me to actually, revamp this platform, this channel into what I'm actually doing on TikTok. So I am on TikTok under the same name as here, and I did pretty good, but I wasn't able to be as consistent as I wanted this year. But God just wanted to give me a taste, and next year I'm about to come out the gate swinging. So thank you if you did watch the first video on this channel. I mean, it's not changing so much as to the content, but it is changing what type of content I'm producing, but also in a way where I'm actually presenting the content. So in the first video, I just basically spoke and interpreted the Bible. But now, as I do on TikTok, so I'm on TikTok under the Bible Rhoda, like I am here. And I am also on YouTube on another platform, hence why He wants me to bring an element of that platform into this channel. And God, I really love the TikToks. I actually didn't even get to do TikToks for my other channel that they had me uploading on very, consistently. And if you watch my first video, I'm just like, I've been even scared to, actually show my face on YouTube. On my other platform, it's under Quilby Love Visions. Even if you just type in Quilby, Quill space B space love, I do tarot. And that's where my name actually came from for this channel, is because on TikTok I interpret Bible verses or stories or however Spirit gives them to me with tarot. And because I didn't get that many views here anyway, He was like, yeah, go ahead and change it up and have it match your YouTube, well, your TikTok, how vice versa, have them both match. So and I get a lot of traffic over there, and I'm so upset because I'm like, I wanted to do more there, but I'm grateful with the statistics I have already. I just really want to spread God's word in any way that God tells me to, so it doesn't even matter to me anymore. And hopefully, I don't have that many subscribers right here anyway, so hopefully you guys start coming in, because you will see me more, and hopefully you'll be interested in the story. And not only am I interpreting the Bible, I'm scratching my eye, that's confirmation. Not only am I interpreting the Bible with tarot, I'm also debunking some of the myths in the Bible, because I believe I am a direct channeler, or I channel directly from God. I believe God really speaks to me, especially in my dreams. I'm also a dream interpreter. I'm a tarot reader. I'm an oracle. I'm a prophet. I'm a medium. I'm really a medium. He's been drilling that in my head. He's like, you're just a medium, but he said, you're all of this though, and it's hard for me to accept it, because, I'm like, really? I started off not even thinking I'm a preacher, but I hear from God, and that's how I got over it, because I know I hear from God. And have the people who have gone to school to become a preacher and stuff like that, they claim to hear about God, but they really just studied a subject, and now they could be called preachers or, ministers, however, you categorize it. And at first, when God gave me this idea, I was like, really? You want me to mix tarot and Bible? I do refer, when on my tarot channel on Quill Be Love, it's like a radio show. I don't show my face, so you get a pleasure of seeing my face on this side. So, and he's been wanting me to actually promote the stuff that I do, and I'm gonna put all this stuff in the description box as well. You can follow me on social media, my personal social media, the social medias that are related to this channel, and like my YouTube I just mentioned. I am on Facebook actively too, so see, they have me doing a lot of stuff, and they wanted me to do more of this subject, but they wanted me to focus on TikTok because I don't have to do as long of videos. I don't have to post it. It doesn't take much because the videos are shorter. So, but life gets in the way. I'm a mother. If I've never mentioned it, I don't think I mentioned it here. So, yeah, they got me everywhere. And I'm just loving it because I feel good to be chosen. I feel good to be heard, even if it's by little people thus far. But, I believe that God's kingdom is going to be built in some way, shape, or form, either some or all of these platforms they have me building. So I'm thankful that you're taking the time out to watch me, to hopefully subscribe, hit that like button so this message could get to other people who need it, and a lot of so if you are a person who's looking for Bible study and stuff like that, this is a good place to be. And I believe God really brought you here because he wants you to hear it from this perspective, because Bible study, normally they're just really reading you. They're really giving you the Bible as it is, and God comes to me all the time like, this is not true. This is not true in the Bible. What are they talking about here? Like, and he be cursing at me, y'all. So, and I was like so rigid over here on this platform because I was like trying to make sure that I'm giving the right information, and he showed me like, this is why you don't have, you don't feel like you have the right information. It's because a lot of this information isn't right. So that's why I want you to make this platform be somewhere where you're interpreting the Bible with tarot, and so I'm using my tarot as confirmation. That's how good I am at this gift. I can use tarot for anything, and Spirit speaks to me. And I had prepared for this reading for a long time, and I thought I was gonna have to, just try to fit it in on TikTok on different multiple videos, but they were like, no, this is why you had it. I have the verses right here. The verses, but I also have the cards right here. And so I wanted to take some time out to explain that in case you're visiting me for the first time, in case you came back after seeing my first video. Wasn't many people who saw that video. So, and that was my first time ever actually showing my face on YouTube. Like I said, on my other platform where I actually do tarot readings, and I incorporate the Bible in that too. I love the Word of God. Let me just say that. I love the Word of God. And that's why I'm so happy to be able to deliver messages to you all, because I believe God speaks to me in certain ways, or, all types of ways, let me say, in my spirit team. Sorry, I didn't forget about y'all. My ancestors, his team, they speak to me in all types of ways, and they wanted me to get this message in different, out in different manners. So, yeah, I spent 10 minutes talking about why I'm coming at you with this. So I really wanted you to know that. And if you didn't watch my last video, this is really big for me to even be on here in full color. I think my last video, I didn't even show you guys color. So I'm happy that you're here. Happy that you took the time out to watch my video. Yeah, and I'm not religious. You know, I use the Bible because that's the only thing that I have access to. But like I said, I hear from God. I hear the confirmation from God. And if I don't understand something, if you know, I don't believe something, I take it up to God. I do. And so that's why I can feel confident delivering this message, because I know that it's been confirmed in so many ways. So, and even when, so I prepared for this reading like in July when I was posting on TikTok, and and so I was even hesitant about like, I'm like, should I just reshuffle the cards and do it over? Like, I'm not going to remember it. And then I just went through the cards and I knew exactly what it was. So see, God confirms to me, you know, like, no, you got it right. Keep going. I told you to do this. So anyway, so we're going to be starting off with, you know, it's not going to go in chronological order, because the way my name was derived is because rota means wheel, you know, rotary and stuff like that. So I pull a verse from the Bible or a book from the Bible. I spin the wheel, and then I ask Spirit, God, my highest power. Yeah, and I'm not religious, so I believe in it all, you know, like, so you will hear about every different type of culture on this channel. You know, I love Hinduism, you know, the Celtics, the German religion with Odin and, you know, Frigg. Shout out to y'all, because I believe they're all close to me. And our passed on loved ones, our ancestors, hey there, I'm so connected to them, and they come to me, whether in my dreams, and most importantly, the fairies, because the fairies rule the dream world. So I'm like Joseph and Daniel in the Bible, who was able to interpret dreams. And you know, they interpret dreams for like high profile people, where these profiled people didn't even know what was going on. So that's why they really wanted me to get out here and try it in this way, where, because some people who believe in the Bible or who go to church, they don't believe in tarot. So that's why I'm taking really a lot of time to just explain the value in this type of message. So it's not that I'm worshiping the devil, because God told me to do this, you know. So hey, I'm like Jesus. Hey, Yeshua. Shout out to the Holy Spirit. So I believe in the Holy Trinity. Hey, I really do. And Mary Magdalene, his counterpart, his wife. They all been close to me. So see, I'm able to channel the energies and feel the energies as they're coming in, and I'm not, you know, telling the story. You know, you're gonna see in some of these cards, or, you know, in other videos, you're gonna see how they just come in, and, you know, I'm so thankful. So I ask that God gives all of me to give to you, but also not have to have you have my beliefs or my life distort the message in any way. So all the messages, all the discernment that you need, I ask that they give it to you. God, your highest power, gives it to you. You know, we're going to be using the Bible, but if you use something else and they have a similar story, you go along with it, please comment down below. I love to read your comments, and I will respond, you know, as soon as I can too. So yeah, and I hope that you decide to become a part of this family and any of my other families I'm building on the internet. Because all around this internet, all around these platforms, I have the goal of building God's kingdom. So I believe in giving God a voice, and delivering that voice to his people and his children, and he will bring those who need it around me. So if you're here, thank you so much. But I'm glad you're here, because you're being obedient, you know, and that's the most important thing you need to be. Which brings us to what book in the Bible we're talking about. We're talking about Genesis. It's all about obedience. And my first video, it was about obedience too. So see, he has an agenda right now. Oh, I'm scratching my head. So normally when I scratch my head, that's when God's giving me a confirmation. So I'm so happy you're here. I'm so happy, and I love you so much. Please decide to subscribe. Pause the video right now. Subscribe and like this video so this message could get around, y'all. Please. But I'm not trying to beg you because of popularity. I'm begging you because I want this kingdom to be a solid kingdom for God. But if you don't want to, you don't have to, because God don't want everybody in this kingdom. And once you subscribe, I can't do nothing about it, unless you do something wrong, but I can't do nothing about it. So if you didn't belong in this kingdom anyway, you won't subscribe. So hey, let that be for who it's gonna be. So so all of us know the story of Adam and Eve, and he wanted me to, he already made me pull the cards to go through what actually was true in the Adam and Eve story. So how it started off, and that's why I believe manifestation and the Bible and tarot can go together, because manifestation is in the Bible, and that's mostly what esotericism, I don't know, sorry, I'm not trying to say tarot like that. Tarot, esoteric knowledge, let me just say that, esoteric knowledge, it's not something to be afraid of, or it's not something that it has a negative, it should not have a negative connotation, because esoteric just means secret, hidden. Occult just means secret, hidden, all those words that we normally associate with bad things, that they're not, and if you've ever been to church, or you had a family member who was heavily active in church, go to Bible study, all that type of stuff, there's one person in your lifetime that said, God told me to tell you this. And God told me to say it in a more mean way. But, I'm trying to develop a relationship with you all that isn't so, because God could get raw. Like I have a raw necklace. So obviously that's why I believe in it all. God goes by many names. He was called Yahweh, Yah, Jah, all this type of stuff, so I believe he's raw as well. And he gets really loud. He gets really, see, he's like, yeah, I get really loud. He gets pissed and he curses sometimes. So that's why I'm really taking the time out to let you know what you're about to experience. But so he doesn't sugarcoat everything, and so he said, when they tell you that, who the heck, he told me to say, see, he wants me to say it like that. I was about to say it in a nice way. He said, who the hell you think they talking to? Or who the hell you think they heard that from? If they're saying God told me to, so it's the same thing as when someone else is like me, is channeling messages from spirit. It's the same thing. So he wanted me to actually say that and take some time out to warn you about like how he will speak like that. So, but like I said, if you want to subscribe and hear more videos like this, where I'm giving you the raw, dirty truth of what God is saying, because I am God's messenger. He appointed me, and it took me a while to even accept it, because I was just like, I was doubting myself a lot. So yeah. So in the beginning, God made all the birds. God made all, first of all, okay. So he already telling me what to say. So, in the Bible, it's normally said that Adam was the first man, but it actually was someone made before Adam, and it was people. There were people made before that person that was made before Adam, and he wanted me to tell you that. So in the Bible, where it says, he separated the firmament and called it heaven. So that's the Ace of Swords. I said the Ace of Swords. So normally that's the truth. So hey, he's telling me I'm telling the truth. And all my aces normally mean truth. So the truth, there was nothing, in the world. And then water was separated to create heaven and, the earth. And in heaven, what do you think there was in heaven? There were other people, magical people in the in heaven. and we would call them angels, you know, and stuff like that. So the Bible kind of leaves that out, or kind of brushes over that, and, you know, makes it seem like it's just Adam first. But when he gets to that, he said we need to make, and I was just talking about angels. So look, Bob Marley has been close to me lately. Doesn't he look like Bob Marley? So he said make someone in the image like us. So either it was other people on the earth he was talking to, or it was one other person at least, that was created for him to say us. And then he ended up creating someone. And then he says he created someone. Judgment normally means heaven. So he created someone, and look at these people. Look how many people right here. 3 people. So so when he said, yeah, we're gonna create people in the image of us. To me, this looks like 2 women and a man. And, you know, some people have, you know, theories about it being Lilith and Eve, but God also confirmed to me that they say Eve really is a myth. You know, it really wasn't someone named Eve. It was someone named Lilith. You know, Lilith is Eve that they depict in the Bible. So, so when I'm even getting from here, so the water was already made. Something was made on earth with God. And I always believed that was God's wife, you know, already. And so this woman could be a depiction of, one of these women could be depicted of the wife, God's wife. And she goes by many different names too. You know, you may know her as Isis, but she goes by many different names, because Isis is the goddess of 10,000 names. So Isis is the people, normally the person we know, but she was something way else before that, but we just know her as Isis. And on this channel, I believe that reincarnation is real. So a lot of the creations, because God said we're gonna make them in an image of us, so they kept creating people that were like God. And so I believe this one is God's wife. You know, like, you don't have to count that her hair is blonde and stuff like that. I'm just going off of how long and short these people's hairs are compared. So if they were just made, their hair isn't as long, you know. And this heaven in the sky blowing, I said heaven. This angel looks like there was the angel in heaven. So before he made Adam, he said, I'm gonna make the people in the image of us. And the people in the image of us ended up being male and female. Like it says male and female. So I believe these 2 are the male and female that he's talking about. But going back, and so even here, I believe this is God and this is his wife. Don't they look alike? I didn't even notice that until he just brought me to it. He just brought me to that message. This is God and his wife. So see, he was confirming to me, like, see, that's right. You're thinking of it right. So like the image of us, they got the wings, you know, they were able to fly. And ain't it a coincidence that, you know, these cards ended up being like this? So that's why he really wants me to do it this way. And then he makes the 2 people, and then he ends up making Adam per se, you know. Adam is here, you know. He said you could till the land, you know, like, because before that, when he made those last 2 people, he was like, we still had nobody to till the land, and he didn't let the land have rain, you know, until he got somebody to till the land. So the 2 people he made, they were special. They were very special. Like, he was like, we don't got nobody to till the land. in general. Like, so that's crazy. He was like, these are my prince. This is my princess, and this is my prince. I believe that's what he was saying, because God is, God. God is the king. So the Nine of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles is here. The Nine of Pentacles means that, someone's independent, someone's by themselves. This is Adam, I believe. He looks similar to the other guy, but, let's just go with it. Because God ends up making people that look alike. We all look alike still to this day, and we weren't around. Well, some of us weren't around. If you don't believe in reincarnation, we weren't around, at the beginning of days. So, yeah, so he's by himself, tilling the ground, smelling the flowers, and God's like, yeah, God, people can't be alone. So the people, like, if he made two people before Adam, at least two people, I'm thinking he already had a heaven full of earth already. So, but I'm just going off of what the book is saying right now, like, just to make it make sense to you. And then, so if he is by himself, and he's like, yeah, a man can't be alone. He's playing sand castles and stuff, all that type of stuff. He live on the beach, he in the garden, however you want to take that story as being true. Then he's like, you know what? I'm going to give him someone special. The Ace of Cups means unconditional love offering. So this is where Lilith comes in. I'm going to try to refer to her as Lilith, but if I end up saying Eve, it's because I've been trained that way. And so this is why he wanted this channel, because we've been trained in a way where we're not following things that are correct. And Paul is coming in. Paul has been very close to me lately. Like Paul was Saul at first. He was killing all the Christians, and Hitler too. So, and God confirmed to me is that, they were right to do what they were doing, because Christianity, how they were using Christianity to rule and control people, it wasn't right. But the thing is, he was killing innocent people who didn't know any better. So that's why he really wants people like us. So whether they're doing what I'm doing right now or on other platforms, but if they're claiming to be messengers of God, I believe that's for a reason. And so Saul ended up turning to Paul and changing his ways to fight. He was like, yeah, you're doing it right. You're supposed to be fighting for me, but like, use that power and anger to fight for me, to bring more people closer to me. That's what I believe that he was saying. So, yeah. And then, so he was like, yeah, I'm going to give him a love offering. And then Eve comes in. He gave me these cards in this order, and that's why I'm making sure I'm keeping them in order, because he gave them to me in order for a reason. He was like, here go the Eve. Yay. Like, I sent Eve over here, She wasn't made for Ms. Red. She wasn't made for Ms. Red, because that ain't how God made them. So I'm trying to keep them in order to make sure that I put them, I give you all the right messages. See, did I mess this one up? Oh no, okay, cool. And then so this one. All right. Sorry. And I thought this was going to be easier to do it how he was telling me to do it. But, hey, I'm going to try to get through it, y'all. And I'm sorry that it took so much time. So, he created all the beasts and creatures. He even created, like, if you really think about it, he created animals and stuff before he created actual men that just walk, if you want to think of it that way too, like he created the men, created, everything else. And then, he created, these extra, yeah, that's another thing, extraterrestrial beings, we're all star seeds. So I believe those special people who are already in heaven, you know, like they're the star systems. They're the people from the star systems, or angels, you know, but extraterrestrial. They just mean, you know, you have extra powers than the people on earth, you know. So, and then when they made the other people that I think that he kept sacred, you know, they had both, you know, like they were able. So, hey, take it how it resonates though, you know, like I'm not gonna try to convince you. I'm just giving you the message that God gave me. Okay. And it will go faster. I just feel a need to take some time out to say, you know, explain when they tell me to explain. So, Adam and Eve together, or Adam and Lilith together. And then we get a temperance card. You know, temperance means patience, you know, tempering your temper, you know. And this guy is an angel, right? You know, they say Satan, the devil, was thrown out of heaven and stuff like that. And I'm looking at this temperance card as the temptation. And he was like, let me see if they gonna obey what God says. You know, like, who are these special people? You know, like, these special people. Like, he keep making people, and we were first. You know, like, stuff like that. So, the snake could have been a shapeshifter. That's what I'm getting from that, too. He has both heaven and earth. You know, you see the yin and yang, see? All this Hebrew signs. So, all this stuff ends up tying together. And so that's why I'm not religious. I just really believe I hear from God, or a higher source, a higher self. Hey, self, higher self. I try not to forget her, because she's connected directly to God, and she gives you or he, if you're a he, she gives you the download. She's connected to source, soul. You know, like so. Okay. So if I don't know, but I'm getting a sense that someone's not trying to believe how I'm saying it, but it's fine. Yeah, so the temperance card is looking at like temptation, you know, like, and even how his feet, like one foot is on the earth, one foot is in the water. So he was probably, you know, snakes are normally, you know, people with types of tails, they're able to be in the water. You know, fish look like that, you know, sharks, you know, mermaids, you know. So, and then some of the star systems, they are in charge of mermaids. So I'm not really surprised if, you know, that's what they meant by, you know, beast or serpent or something like that. So, yeah, so he's like, yeah, I'm gonna see if they gonna, you know, listen. So, and then, so he was like, yeah, he tells Eve, like, you're not going to surely die. God just don't want you to have the power. If you eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, they don't want you to have the powers that the gods have. So, see, someone was already there before Adam and Eve was created, whether it was the two instances I mentioned, but it was something that happened that, you know, before Adam and Eve. And then he was like, and then Eve, God always points me back to, he's like, I actually didn't tell Eve to not eat from it. I told Adam to not eat from the tree. And so the snake saw, like, he was like, oh, I got her. The princess of swords, see, princess of swords, I got her, you know, but we got to get Adam to do it, you know. And normally the prince or the knights of wands, or, you know, any knights or princes, the sun normally depicts Jesus to me. So he is really here, if, you know, that is true right now. So, but he was like, yeah, but we got to get him on board, you know, we got to get him on board. And then so Eve was like, yeah, I'm gonna eat. I ate from the tree. And they're saying it's really not that she ate from the tree. It wasn't her eating per se. She did an act she wasn't supposed to take part in, which would make her, you know, infuse herself with the powers. So she ended up being pregnant by the snake. And then she tried to take that back home and make So what she learned from the snake, or this being, this creature, she took that back home to Adam after God told them not to do that. And and then they figured out everything. She told, it was basically like she went home and told them all the game. And God already told Adam, like, you're not supposed to eat from this tree. Like, don't eat from this tree or you will surely die. So we got the 4 of the swords here. Adam ate from the tree, so he died. And it's not legally dying, but you lost your innocence. You now lost your innocence. But God's so merciful. He's so funny too. He go back to the gods. It was like, hopefully I did that right. He was like, he went, I guess he's one of us now, because he ate from the tree. Like he always reminds, when he brings me back to that part, he reminds me of like a dad. Like a dad isn't as mad as a boy, as mad at a boy losing his virginity, as he is as his daughter, or like he actually be like happy and giving them dap and stuff. So I believe God was like that, and that's why he wants me to clarify that it wasn't a curse that he put on them. He was just letting them know, like, even the snake, he first started off the snake, like, now your seed is gonna come up against her seed. That's why the Cain and Abel story ended up happening. Your seed is gonna come up against her seed, and it was gonna crush their head. And and the reason why that was able to happen is because is because she so see, that's what happens. He the devil, basically this could be the devil, or like another person going against God's will, downloaded all that information into her, and let her know what the real truth is. Basically I'm getting this King of Wands upside down. This one going against the grain. We started off with the Ace of Wands, remember? Going against the grain. And normally the King of Wands and then the Ace of Wands is normally like the same. When God says I'm Alpha and Omega and stuff like that, I believe that. But also the Ace is more, it could be more powerful because it's the first one. And then the King of something, it means that they were created by the most powerful. So that's what I'm getting from that. So when that happened, so we just saw the King of Wands, right? Then so now this is Eve now. She all got her clothes on, fast. She being fast and stuff like that. Now she got a lot of knowledge. And there go the Ace of Swords I was talking about earlier. It's the truth. And so it's the truth. And the swords means mind and stuff like that, intellect. So this is all these come out together like that. So I'm even getting, because Adam was a king, like she was a queen, like, or a prince and princess, however you look at it. And so God was like, all right, you gonna do that? You gonna do that? All right. You gonna put yourself under the devil's thing? You gonna listen to what they say? All right, cool. Go out there and learn on your own. Go out there. Bye. Can't stay here no more. Hey, but you're gonna see the reality of the world too. It's not like he wanted them to come back, honestly, but he's like, you about to see the reality of the world. And don't this look like the Tower of Babel that the people try to build to God and he tore it down? Yep. He's like, use your strength, use your knowledge. 9 of Wands. Use your strength. Use this power that you just got. So that's why I think the ace is the God, because there's an emperor. You know, emperors are higher than kings. So he was like, God was like, well, I'll walk away from this. It's the 8 of Cups. That normally means walking away. I'll walk away. Just take care of my animals. Watch over the people, the other people. While he goes and moves away. And see his reflection. See, or her and his, but it's a lot of other people in it. I mean, it's only one person in certain cards. So, but this is Adam and Eve, or Lilith's energy. He's like, hopefully they'll come to their senses. I'm disappointed though. He did say disappointment. He does say disappointment. I'm disappointed. They didn't want to listen to me. They thought the snake did more than me. All right, cool. He didn't curse them. He was just letting them know, like, this. Look what have you done? This gonna happen. And she ends up coming out pregnant. Gets pregnant. Normally 8 of Wands means some type of communication is gonna happen, and he was like, you about to get some news, some surprise news. You're gonna be pregnant. Okay? Alright. But oh yeah. But something bad's gonna happen. Normally this is like an enlightenment card, but it was in reverse. Normally I don't take reversals as bad things depending on the energy, but this is what I was getting from that. Something's gonna happen. He didn't wish that bad. He was warning them that was gonna happen. And then something bad gonna happen. And the baby came. Cool. One of them took care of livestock. I think it was sheep. And then another baby came. They made love again. Another baby came. A prince, a boy. And the boys end up fighting. And then Abel dies. So this is Eve crying. Like, dang, was it worth that? Was it worth that? But Cain is actually the spawn of sin. So that's why even before that happened, the reason why it happened is because God took Abel's offering over Cain's. And, you know, it's coming from because he was, what's it called? Unordained child. You know, like, they're all children of God. You know, I mean, he don't even like that happening. Every time I say it, he always be like, no, they all not. But that's a prime example of that wasn't in God's will. You know, Abel was, you know, in God's will. So it could have been the actual sacrifice of how he was comparing it, but he was saying the sacrifice really, it was like someone took something that they weren't supposed to be taking versus, you know, getting what they were assigned for. So yeah, Cain was assigned to, you know, till the grass and stuff like that, till the garden or something. But when he was asked to bring a sacrifice, the sacrifice didn't include a lot of work, hard work. That's what he was saying. It didn't include the hard work. That's why he took Abel's, because Abel was in charge of the sheep, which could have been goats and stuff like that too. And he got fat. It wasn't, the fat was actually milk. That's what he confirmed to me. It was actually milk. And he said, this is what I'm talking about. I want you to use the animals, what they provide. So that's why it's okay to milk a cow, like that's why it's okay for women to breastfeed, because it's not taking our lives. We don't have to die for it. So that's what he confirmed to me. But take it or leave it, y'all. Yeah, and these are the last ones. And then so after all that happened, Cain was cursed. But what God wanted me to point out is that, when he cursed Cain, it was like, basically he cursed Cain to the point where he's gonna feel punishment for doing what he did to Abel, and he tried to cover it up, but the earth, see, his wife, Mother Earth, something of the earth told God about Abel's death. He's like, my blood, your brother's blood cried to the earth from his hand. Because Cain didn't even come out and say, like, I killed him. He was like, I'm not my brother's keeper, but God was giving him a chance to tell the truth. So, but, see, he's so merciful and loving and caring that he was like, if you go out in the world, and someone slays you or whatever, they're going to be cursed sevenfold, because Cain was like, man, you're making me feel so hopeless. I don't think I'm going to be a loser, basically. But he was like, nah, it's just going to be harder for you to get everything you needed because of what you did. But if somebody kill you, they're going to have a bounty on their head. That's really what it was saying. It wasn't that Cain will have a bounty. And then Lamech ended up being born down the line and killed Cain from that. And then so he was like, so if I kill Cain, that means I'm gonna be, if somebody could get, because they thought like there was a bounty on Cain's head, they were like, yeah, you get 70-fold for him. So if I killed Cain, I'm gonna be cursed like 70-fold because that was like my people, like, because Cain was and he fathered Enoch, so he couldn't have been too much cursed or too unloved by God, because Enoch was raised up and taken from, what is it called, retribution, when you just go to heaven because God called you, like you didn't die on this earth, and or people would claim you missing or something, but God just took you, and that's what happened to Enoch. But that book was removed from the Bible and stuff like that. So yeah, and I don't well, the Bible doesn't really explain much, and God didn't really give me that much of a download about, that story I just mentioned with the Lamech and stuff like that. But he was just saying, like, that's how much I love my children, though, because even though Eve had him with the snake, or, this creature, Eve was still his daughter, like, so that still made Cain his people. But he said, he chastened him. He didn't curse him, though. He didn't curse his children. He don't curse his children. So, like, even in him saying, like, you're going to have sorrow when you have the baby, he was talking about, he was giving her the prediction of what's going to happen. Like, not because childbirth is going to be hard, or we've been cursed with a cycle for women and stuff like that because of Eve. No. Then what happened to the men? What happened to the men? If we were just cursed and Adam ate it too, and he was told, the only one that was told by God. Even God says it in the Bible. So if you aren't familiar with what I'm saying, or what I'm trying to clarify, just go and read chapters 1 through 4 of Genesis. I think that's where they're taking me. Let's see. Yeah, they're taking me to chapter 1 through 4 of Genesis. So after Cain grew up a bit, Adam and Eve were blessed with another son. And his name was Seth. And she became fruitful. See, this is the Queen of Pentacles. She became fruitful again. I mean, looking at that, even though this is a pentacle, it looks like a baby in her stomach still. But hey, look at that goat or ram. See, this is right here, ram. This could mean Ra or Ramses. It's close to you too. And then God restored his love. King of Cups is like the most loving, stable relationship. It's like he gave him his cup back. There go that cup again. He gave to Adam that cup when he gave him Eve, when he gave Adam Eve or Lilith. And see, he changed. Normally, Two of Pentacles means change, and look, it says change. But he's like, he changed up. He changed up their punishment. They punished themselves enough. Eight of Swords normally means punishment. You interfered with yourself enough. You allow people to be your puppet master. You see those strings? You allow people to fiddle with you. Enough of that. I'm going to bless you. And Eve had another child too. A little girl. And, normally when you have a girl after a boy, that means like the curse, some type of, I'm trying not to say curse because I don't like to, because God don't do that. But it's some type of generational pattern, hindering pattern that has been placed on your family. So when you have a girl after having a boy, normally that changes up things because now, it's because the woman give children. So when that actually happens, it oh wow, they're saying a lot. So I was trying not to make this video so long. So but he wants me to say it because I was just gonna mention that in another video. But he said Abel was actually really Abel. Hey, Abel. So really Bella or something like that. It was really a woman. Or a little girl he killed. And and it makes sense with how God really was like, oh yeah, I like what you see. I like what you produce, and then didn't care what Cain produced. But it was really because Cain didn't really make a lot of effort. That's why he didn't accept this stuff. But he didn't, he wasn't mad at Cain and stuff. Cain just took it too far, out of jealousy and stuff like that. But Cain still had the love of God either way. And you see, Cain had a son, Enoch. So like, it wasn't a curse. It was a promise that certain things will happen if you make certain actions. And so when you end up having a girl after having a boy, is that God is starting to trust you to pass down your lineage, because even with Cain and Abel, if Cain was a boy, Cain if Abel was a boy, Cain still was first, so if Abel was a girl, now he killed Abel, so now that line can't be passed on, or you can't continue to multiply. You will, but it will be something outside of your line. But when you have a girl, you're able to multiply that family within your family, if that makes sense. But, hey, that's how he gave it to me. Scratch myself, like normally those type of things, he'd be like, yeah, I'm right here. Yeah, you said it right. So hey, and the reason why I'm thinking that the girl set them free, so this girl right here, and looks at the top, virtue, there's heavenly virtues, so now this girl is gonna end up living the life that God has destined and created them to live. So that's what I get from that. And I particularly pulled them out, and actually I didn't know every single card. So I was really listening to God and how He wanted me to say, because I was honestly nervous about it, because I was like, I don't know, I don't remember every single thing, but He said I will guide you, and I said I will follow. So there it is. So this is all that I have for you today. Thank you so much for bearing with me. I hope that all made sense. Please, they're just saying, like, if you have to rewind it, you know, but I did the best that I can, and I will get better at it. Like I said, I would prepare for this in July, or now it's over 6 months ago, so I'm not gonna remember every single thing. What is it? Is it New Year's yet? I hear gunshots. So yeah, and I don't live in a good neighborhood. So yeah, I'm gonna leave everything in the description box if you want to follow me on other platforms. I'm actually gonna post a shorter video very soon about this, you know. So if you want to even look at that, maybe to get more information. Oh my goodness, that doesn't sound right. So hopefully you guys don't hear all of that. And I'm sorry if I'm so low. The mic that I have to plug it in, so I wouldn't be able to show it like this. And hopefully everything's gonna be all right. And I'm wishing you a happy New Year. If you don't see this before the New Year is in, but if it isn't, I mean, if you don't, well, if you do, you know, happy New Year anyway, because by the time you probably see it, it will be New Year's. So thank you so much again for tuning in. I am thankful to God, our highest power, our highest selves, our amazing spirit, our Holy Spirit. Oh my goodness, thank you, Yeshua. Anyone else who can be owed in, thank you. And I hope that I did this message justice. I hope that this message blessed you. I hope you even enjoy. And if you didn't, I'm sorry, and I will get better at it. Just go compare my last video. This is totally different than what I did. So I hope that this bless you again, and I'm wishing many blessings and a happy, prosperous, lovely New Year to you. And I love you guys so much, and I hope that you decide to like and subscribe to this channel and join a part of our family, our kingdom that we're building here for God. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching this, and Happy New Year. Bye.